The mighty Trigon has returned to Biloxi and the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Tonight, 2 titles are on the line and a storm is brewing as Hurricane Ike Villanueva fights the heavyweight champion DJ Linderman, who is reborn and rejuvenated. Plus, it's a rematch for the BYB Featherweight World Championship between Harold Lightning McQueen and Brandon Slaughterhouse Birr. The Preacher Man, Joshua Oxendine, looks to baptize Alexander Satarchuk. And fists will fly in the women's super flyweight and featherweight division. It is BYB 24, Super Brawl Saturday. Get ready for all kinds of action on the smallest surface in combat sports. Here we go. We are back in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we're calling this one Super Brawl Saturday. Not one, but 2 titles are on the line. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Goldberg. Welcome to BYB Extreme. DJ Linderman had his first professional combat competition in 2008. For many years, he told himself, age 36, that was going to be the end. I was going to relax, enjoy some more time with my family. I would be done competing. Well, that's not the case. He's now 40 years old. He's rejuvenated. He is reborn, and he is the BYB heavyweight champion of the world. What really motivated him was when he got over, if you will say, the hump. When he fought Tony Lopez in 2022 for the BYB heavyweight belt. DJ Linderman came out, and he reminded himself how powerful he can be. And he continuously beat down the veteran and became the new champion. He has a finish of Josh Burns inside the Trigon and a title defense against Rashad Coulter. DJ Linderman looks for his second defense here tonight, but he will have to weather a huge storm in Hurricane Ike Villanueva. Ike Villanueva has come in and truly captured the hearts of most of the BYB fans around the world. He has that blue-collar Mexican pride tattooed on his fists. 2 fights, 2 first-round finishes. Tonight, he wants to leave as the new BYB heavyweight champion. As always, joined by my powerful partner, the Magic Man, the former 2-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi, DJ and Ike. We knew it was inevitable.
Yeah, it was inevitable. Two guys on a collision course looking very, very impressive. Each of their fights, not only winning their fights, but looking really, really impressive. I mean, Villanueva, destructive. Linderman beating the veterans. I mean, here we are for the title, and it's a one we're really looking forward to. It's not just 2 good fighters, but 2 exciting fighters.
And we're not too far from the hometown of the challenger, Houston, Texas. All right, we also have a rematch. 185 days ago, Brandon Birr fought Harold McQueen for the inaugural featherweight title. It ended in an unfortunate eye poke, but I'll tell you what, we've seen Harold McQueen. He is outstanding.
I'll tell you what, he comes out like a bat out of hell. He comes out firing shots. And a lot of times in the Trigon, you see guys kind of with that nervous energy coming out firing, and then they kind of just fizzle out. But McQueen can actually fight, man. He puts together some really sharp shots, gets you out of there quickly. But Birr is a guy who is undaunted. He knows how to weather the storm, and that's what happened in the first fight. Birr will go through a storm. He's not one of these front-runner types, and that's what McQueen has to be careful with. He can't be a front-runner tonight. He's sharp, but if Birr doesn't go, Birr will come back and be very vicious in return, and that's what started happening in the later part of the fight. So, you know, in the end, the eye pokes of McQueen ended up ending the fight, but Birr really, really was coming on late. So I think if there's anything for McQueen to work on tonight, is he's got to pace himself correctly, because Birr will shoot back if you don't get him out of there.
And you as a champion appreciated the minute that Birr did his post-fight interview, he said, yes, we need to have a rematch. He told me, yeah, I am the champion, but he wants to validate it tonight.
He does want to validate it tonight, but you know what? It's always a little bit easier when you could sense your opponent was already weakening when the fight ended. You know, you could see sort of the sands fizzling out of the hourglass of McQueen as the fight was going on while Birr was getting stronger. So that's really the key for tonight in the rematch. McQueen is a sharp fighter, probably the better boxer of the 2. Sharp hands, good counter-punching, really sharp punches, but he's got to balance out that energy because Birr is one of those guys who gets you in those later rounds.
And we have some conflict that will be solved when we come back for our first fight of the night. Mighty Mouse and the Lion will collide inside the Trigon, coming up next. Set to get things started live inside the Trigon. Brandon DeRosier and Kendall Ward. Let's see, the confrontation is already well underway. A little back and forth at the official weigh-ins yesterday. They will finish this fight inside the Trigon right here, right now. And to get things started, here is Big Mo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Biloxi, Mississippi. Tonight's home for BYB Extreme 24. And on the same weekend as Super Bowl Sunday, we bring you bare knuckle fighting on Saturday. So, ladies and gentlemen, we begin with 4 two-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, here is Kendall Ward.
Kendall Ward told me before he's a Jamaican boy who has that Jamaican dream and he wants to keep it alive. Grandma is still in Jamaica, dad in Vegas, mom in Colorado, born in St. Mary's, Jamaica, moved to Colorado Springs, moved to Portland, and now fighting out of Gretna, Virginia. Paulie, yesterday before the weigh-ins, Mighty Mouse, who we will meet in a moment, just said, hey, you're gonna be on weight. He was actually referring to Benji Gomez, who missed weight when Brandon was supposed to make his debut a couple of weeks ago. Kendall blew up. He saw red. All of a sudden, there was a slap. First time in 16 years Kendall's gotten hit before the fight, he said. And even Mighty Mouse said that might have not been the best idea ever.
Well, you know what? Mighty Mouse obviously looking back saying, okay, you know what? You want to keep the fighting inside the Trigon, and that's really respectable. But also, if you ask which one of them you asked about the story, you know, they take it a little bit differently.
Yes.
You know, I think Kendall making weight, sometimes you're a little bit more on edge. Somebody says something wrong with it, something you take the wrong way, you're going to feel disrespected, you know, and maybe the Rocher, he didn't feel like he was being disrespectful, but again, it's the way you take it. There's edge. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's gonna, you know, you're gonna fight the next day, and that's probably why it's better to not communicate with your opponent right before the fight.
And to make weight, Kendall Ward cut his dreads. He cut the dreadlocks, and they weighed 3 pounds.
That's a good chunk.
There you go.
When you're trying to make weight and you got to get down, that's one way to get it down.
He did indeed. Kendall the Lion Ward.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here is Brandon DeRosier.
Go. I ain't never ran from it. No, I ain't never. If I did, cause my legs all right now. I ain't never been with no talk, snitch talk, always talking about his fault. Yeah, I'm a stand up, got my bands up. You don't want to see me pissed off. Never tell a lie to him. God know, when it come to me, gotta play around. And I never ever let get to me, why not? That work my energy.
He's got some style and profile. January 18th at BYB 23, he was set to make his debut, as I mentioned, against Benji Gomez, who came in way too heavy. Brandon said, you know what, I would have fought him anyway, I don't care, but the fact of the matter is he's got a great opponent in front of him in Kendall Ward. DeRosier officially making his professional combat debut here tonight. Mighty Mouse fighting out of South Florida, Haitian and Jamaican. So we got a double dose of Jamaica with a little bit of Haiti. We're gonna have ourselves a fight.
Yeah, yeah.
The nice thing that happened for Brandon was immediately after the disappointment of not being able to fight against Benji Gomez, our Hall of Fame matchmaker, Mel Valenzuela said, don't worry, you will be on the next card. You will fight Kendall Ward, and that fight is about to happen right here, right now. He is Mighty Mouse. Let's remind you of our bare knuckle rules here in BYB. Here inside the Trigon is already Mighty Mouse is in the face of the Lion. No 3 knockdown rule, 10-point must scoring system is in effect. The round winner gaining 10 points, his opponent 9 or less. Punching in the clinch is allowed. The referee or doctor can stop the fight. We know about the glove or the sleeve. No longer do they exist. We're championship fights later tonight, 6 rounds, not 7 as before. And this one, because it is the pro debut for Mighty Mouse, 4 rounds, 2 minutes each. Let's get it going. Here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest is scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds in the super featherweight division, taking place here inside the mighty Trigon. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Bobby Wambacher. This bout is brought to you by Coastal Mississippi. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, donning the flag of Jamaica. He stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 130.7 pounds. He is a veteran of 2 bare knuckle contests, and he fights out of Gretna, Virginia. Introducing Kendall the Lion Ward.
I'll move out your way, do your thing. I'll move out your way.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim. He stands 5 feet, 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 129.2 pounds. Tonight, he is making his bare knuckle debut, and he fights out of Riviera Beach, Florida. Introducing Brandon Mighty Mouse DeRosier.
Our tail of the tape for this super featherweight matchup. Kendall Ward, 2 inches taller than his opponent, Brandon DeRosier. Everything else is virtually identical. Bobby Wambacher, our
Back
referee.
for me, Kendall. Gentlemen, ready? Fight!
Here we go. Kendall Ward, representing Jamaica in the green, black, and gold trunks. Blue trunks for Mighty Mouse. Inside fight very quickly here.
Ward tried to start fast and got off some good shots. That last exchange, though, and that coming out of that clinch, DeRosier landed a pretty good uppercut. Let's see. Ward now trying to impose his physicality, trying to show how strong he is physically. Little mental games.
Kendall Ward looking for his first win inside BYB's Trigon. This is, I mentioned, the professional debut for DeRosier.
And this isn't any combat sport for DeRosier?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So 4 2-minute rounds. He said, though, he got a lot of experience fighting, and I believe him.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more relaxed than I would usually see somebody in their debut of any combat sport, that's for sure. Especially this combat sport.
You got that right.
A lot of wrestling here. Obviously, that's allowed. The dirty boxing on the inside. That'll wear some of the guys out, though, you know. You see DeRosier coming up short with a 1-2, come back with the hook, but caught on the hand, blocked by Ward.
Brandon DeRosier, actually a lifeguard at one time. A lot of swimming for his conditioning, and he's getting off some really good shots, Paul.
Yeah, that's the second good uppercut he's landed this round. It could be a pivotal shot for him to keep looking for on the inside. Landed one earlier in the round, he landed one in that exchange as well.
AJ easily in the corner of Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, Ward now not as aggressive since taking that second uppercut of the round.
Don't hook his head, let go. Let go.
Good start to our night.
Get in, you're in. Keep it tight, no box. You need to fire off quicker than you fire off, all right? When you throw these shots, just bang, bang, right there. Fire off quicker. You need quick shots this round, all right? How you feel? Good. Hey, look. Stop letting him get off. I I need you to fire quicker. You understand what I'm saying? When he comes in, I need you to step in, bam, bam. Fire right away, he got his hands down. When he throws, he got his hands down. When he throws, bam, bam. You need to catch him after he throws. Or catch him in between the shots.
Round 2. Kendall Ward lands early. DeRosier looking to answer. Both men talked about the fact they liked inside fighting.
Yeah, and Ward goes and searches it out. I tell you, he starts both second round in a row. He started aggressive, and now DeRosier coming back with some good shots there.
Right hand connects for Mighty Mouse.
DeRosier a little bit more reflexive. Oh, good shot there on the counter from Ward.
Kendall Ward comes from a family of boxers, very experienced in the squared circle. This is the 3rd time he has fought here in the Trigon. Cut on the forehead of Kendall Ward.
See what I'm saying about DeRosier, the attempted counter right hand over the top of the jab. Just stuff you got to be relaxed for his debut. He's pretty relaxed.
Works a full-time job. Trains in the morning, trains at lunch, trains at night.
And that's the uppercut there again from DeRosier. Right hand uppercut. He looked for it there, he missed it. But yeah, I think he's sensing that it is a shot that's open for him. As a lot of times Ward will cover up, square it up, and kind of bend into it.
Couple of jabs thrown by Kendall Ward. Big swing and a miss with the right.
Stop, guys. Stop.
Fellow Jamaican Jason Jackson, the current Bellator welterweight champion, going to be part of that night of champions in Saudi Arabia. He will fight 2019 and 2021 PFL welterweight winner Ray Cooper III at 182 pounds.
Again, a roll right hand counter there from DeRosier.
DeRosier's very tight, compact with his punches, Paul.
Stop. Around. Stop.
Yeah, looks like they stopped it due to the cut on the eye of Kendall Ward. Welcome back. Kendall Ward took a bad cut on his eye, and the doctor has said no more.
That's what you like to see, though, man. They had that bad blood yesterday.
Yes.
I like that right here.
Yeah,
no, it is a bad cut. I mean, that thing is in there. Again, you know what? With DeRosier's uppercut, I think, you know, if it's not what opened it up, it's what definitely exacerbated the cut. DeRosier had landed 3 good right-hand uppercuts in the course of this fight. One early on, then one towards the end of the first round, and then one about midway through that second round as well. And I think, you know, they had to at least have done some, if not most of the damage, if not all of the damage on that cut, you know?
And again, the confrontation, all the build-up for a fight is a lot of times the men putting on a great show, which they did. And Brandon DeRosier victorious in his bare knuckle debut. Paulie, let's see if we can see where the cut occurred on this replay.
I mean, that thing was there in the first round, right? I mean,
yeah,
so
very early on.
You know what it is? What's one thing, once you have a cut, it keeps opening up and opening up and opening up. Well, that might be right there. Yeah, that might have been that counter right hand. We talked about the sense of timing DeRosier has had with the counter right hand. That might have been where it opened up there. Let's see. Good catch by the truck there. That was a good shot too. Good counter there, and Ward also kind of paying for falling in like that. You know, Ward did that a few times in the fight where he would try to force the punches and would fall in, and you know, falling in like that, you put yourself in position to be countered by a guy who's got a good sense of timing. And I'll tell you, DeRosier surprisingly relaxed and a good sense of timing, because he's a guy that you know, in his debut, you know, you're not necessarily always as relaxed as you like to be, even if you're naturally relaxed. But so good sense of timing by DeRosier, good sense of being relaxed, and a good competitive fight between two guys.
All right, Big Mo to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Wambacher calls a stop to this contest at the start of the 3rd round, declaring your winner via a doctor stoppage, Brandon Mighty Mouse DeRosier.
DeRosier, the next time we see him, it will be in a 5-round fight with 3-minute rounds. Congratulations to Mighty Mouse, successful in his professional debut. He's 1-0 inside the Trigon.
I mean, where?
Tonight it is Super Brawl Saturday on the Mississippi Coast, Biloxi, Mississippi. And when we see you next time, we will make our way back to Tampa, Florida. Thursday, April 4th, BYB returns to the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa, Florida for another hard-hitting night of bare knuckle action in the patented Mighty Trigon. Cub Hawkins makes his first title defense of the Police Gazette World Diamond Belt when he faces Chad the Butcher Kelly for both the Police Gazette belt and the vacant BYB Cruiserweight title. Agnes Akira Kozian and Shelby Cannon face off for the inaugural BYB Super Flyweight title. Plus, explosive cruiserweights Yuli Monster Diaz and Zion Tomlinson battle in a title eliminator matchup. And former title contender Rashad Coulter goes toe-to-toe with Brazil's Levi Costa in a heavyweight showdown. Catch these and much more. Visit BYBExtreme.com for tickets and information. Coming up next, she fights out of Cape Town, South Africa, GI Jess, Jessica Mouneimne. She said everybody gets it wrong. Yesterday at the interview, she said I did pretty well, Paul. I think I nailed it again. Her opponent is Cecilia Ulloa, and she gets set to enter the Trigon for the second time, looking for her first BYB win. Super flyweight fight and a special guest at the commentary table coming up next. Powerful partner in the Trigon, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Oh yeah, the most exciting format. What is it? Mat in combat sports.
The smallest
surface in combat sports. We got 3 60-degree corners. I mean, that's the biggest thing of all. It's equal size, 21 by 21 by 21. And of course, unlike a boxing ring where they're 90-degree angles, a 60-degree angle in the Trigon forces you to have to fight your way off the ropes. There is no escape from those corners because you're in so tight on those ropes. Obviously, the Trigon itself is the smallest
surface in combat.
Surface.
Yep.
I'm just not getting that word surface tonight. Smallest surface in combat sports. But it's those corners that really make for the action. When you get back to those corners, you ain't getting out unless you're fighting.
You got
and that's
that
what
right.
the fans want to see.
All right, I'm not going to make you pronounce Jessica's last name.
Mouneimne.
Ah, there you go. Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in women's super flyweight bare knuckle division and is brought to you by GC3. Introducing first, making your way to the Trigon and fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Jess Mouneimne.
Owner with her husband Mike of the Pride Fighting Academy in Cape Town, South Africa. She said she doesn't have that traditional background, but she does understand what she's getting into as she steps into the Trigon for her bare knuckle and her BYB debut.
And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here is Cecilia Ulloa.
Joe will come out with his traditional Mexican music, obviously the Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, Mexico,
Yes.
Mexico native.
And I promised that we have a special guest Here at the desk, she's the former BYB lightweight champion, Biloxi's own Monica Medina. Monica, you've been in this surface before. You've had the belt. What's it like just sitting here and being a fan tonight?
We got Monica here. We're having some microphone issues with Monica's mic, but
Monica, you look very relaxed tonight. You know, you're just kind of chilling out, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. You know, it's nice to sit back and watch some fights and not have to be in there for once.
So, as you see Cecilia coming for the second time, but you see someone like G.I. Jess making her debut, if you were in the corner, what would you be telling her?
Oh man, you know, just stay relaxed. You know, getting hit with those bare knuckles for the first time is a little different, but stay relaxed, stay composed, and stick to the game plan.
All right, Monica Medina is going to help us call this fight between Jessica Mouneimne and Cecilia Julia. Our tail of the tape for this super flyweight matchup, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. They are both 37 years old. G.I. Jess will have a 6-inch reach advantage. Here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this super flyweight matchup is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds and is brought to you by GC3. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Brennan Hughes. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the white trunks with gold trim, she stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. She weighed in at 115.7 pounds. Tonight, she is making her bare knuckle debut, and she fights out of Cape Town, South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, here is G.I. Jess Mouneimne.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks, she stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. She weighed in at 116 pounds. She is a veteran of 2 bare knuckle contests, and she fights out of Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, Mexico. Damas y caballeros, presentando Cecilia Cecy Ulloa.
Cecy and G.I. Jess. Jessica, the first ever female from South Africa to fight bare knuckle.
Ready? Ready?
Here we go. The all white being sported by G.I. Jess, and Ulloa is in the black, looking to get a good result tonight after a wonderful battle back and forth with Shelby Cannon last December in Denver, Colorado. And right away, Monica, what I see is a really long jab from G.I. Jess.
Yes, looks good. You know, keeping the distance there. I like it.
He's trying to be establish that left hand, also establish that distance so she can try to come back with the right hand. And it's also keeping Ulloa a bit defensive and preventing her from really trying to set up any offense. You see Ulloa getting back into that corner, that Trigon corner that we talked about, 60 degrees. It's a lot tougher to get out of that corner once you're stuck there.
And Monica, Jessica, much like yourself, has an extensive grappling background, but now throwing hands, she's loving it like you do.
Yeah, it's a lot better. I like it a lot. You know, all that wrestling's tiring.
Get rid of those takedowns and sprawls. Let's just throw, right?
Yes, sir.
Biloxi's own, our former champion, Monica Medina, Paulie Malignaggi, Mike Goldberg. Super Brawl Saturday.
Mouneimne's a really rhythm fighter. She gets hit with a couple of shots going straight back. She's cut now. Really a lot of head movement. You got to try to create some openings with that head movement. She's got a lot of head movement, trying to stay rhythmic, but she gets hit with a couple of more clean shots from Ulloa.
Wait, no part.
The thing about that head movement, it can be confusing, as Ulloa is also cut now. It can be confusing, but you've got to make it work for you. You've got to make it create openings as well as use it for defensive tactical reasons as well.
Working the body, now the head. If it does get into an inside fighting battle, you would think the clinch game would favor the brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
10 seconds.
Yeah, Ulloa keeps coming over the top of that jab, though. Mouneimne's going to have to be careful. She's got Ulloa bleeding from the nose, from the eye. Good round from Mouneimne, but Ulloa's been able to come over the top of that jab with the right hands.
a beautiful round. You're throwing a lot of volume, okay? It's not a big cut. You're doing all the damage, but you're rushing. I think you just slow down a little. Take a breath, get in the water. You're good. You're landing nice shots, okay? You're landing very nice shots.
Yeah, no big deal. Are you kidding me? Ain't shit. Resulta más a pinche derecha, la tienes bien amarrada. ¿Ah? Después de la campana no tires puños, ¿ok? Mira más la mano derecha. Pero rápido, no avientes la cara. Sí. No avientes tu cara.
The whole time. All right, when you stand up nice and strong, nice and focused, control your breathing. Up. All right, step, neck and high. Okay. Check it out.
Mano derecha todo el día.
Ulloa and Mouneimne, round number 2, and there's the clinch. Ulloa fought in Denver, BYB 22. You were pretty busy preparing for your fight on that night, Monica. But Shelby and her put on a show, didn't they?
Yeah, I actually watched that fight. They banged it out. That was a good one.
So let's go into Ulloa's corner, because you did catch that fight before your title trilogy fight with Patty Juarez. Are you seeing anything different from Cecy so far?
Not too much. I think she fought kind of the same way. I think right now Jessica's being very aggressive, pushing her backwards. But I know Ulloa is Mexican, so she's not going to stop. She's going to keep coming.
She did that against Shelby Cannon. Shelby Cannon set for a title opportunity. Quick left off the forehead of G.I. Jess.
Yeah, Mouneimne's rhythm is just a busier rhythm. She's stepping around. She's moving her head, trying to be deceptive on the way in. She got to be careful getting caught on the way out, as at times Ulloa catches her on the way out. But all this rhythmic deception is creating a lot of openings for Mouneimne. And Ulloa really just gives you one look. She stays square, doesn't move ahead herself, and doesn't have very good reflexes. So she's gonna have to try to at least try to catch and shoot like she did there. That was a good example of what she probably needs to try to do, catch a block on the hands and shoot right back, so she keeps her positioning. So she's not really effective even at creating her own offense as much as Mouneimne is by all this rhythm changing.
A lot of rhythm changing, a lot of good movement, very busy, and you can tell from the frame, very powerful from the mat up. G.I. Jess and Ulloa, final seconds of round number 2.
Okay, get your breath. All right, breathe. How you feeling? You're throwing too much volume, making yourself tired. I need you to slow down a little bit. Okay, do not stop. I don't want you to fail.
Mira, tienes que trabajar más, ¿ok? Ella te está ganando en puntos. Las heridas no te van a parar, cabrona. Pero si no peleas, sí, ¿ok? La puedes sobrar. ¿Sabes?
Lose focus. One punch can change the whole fight. Okay, you're landing and you're hurting her. Okay? You can. You're fighting her beautifully. You're fighting with the left hand and the right hand. You drop your hands, you're getting a little bit cocky. Don't get cocky. Okay, take the water. Take a sip. All right. Stand up nice and strong. All right, slow down. Too much volume. How much volume?
Vamos.
Round number 3. White and gold trim for Cape Town, South Africa's Jessica Mouneimne. Cecilia Ulloa in the black.
And Ulloa again with that catch and shoot, left hook, right hand, trying to catch on the gloves and shoot. Now she's trying to throw with Mouneimne. Had a little bit of success early in this round. She's catches Mouneimne coming in with the right hand.
G.I. Jess trained by her husband, Mike. Mike is in the corner tonight. She said she had to miss her daughter Hannah's 11th birthday to be here. They have 2 kids. Hamza's 13. Hannah just turned 11. And she wants to bring home a gift to her 11-year-old. And Monica, you know a little something about having to sometimes tell your kids your birthday's pushed back a few days, right?
Oh yeah, you know. But the good thing is the kids that grow up with fighting parents, they understand. You know.
And they're pretty tough too.
And in her house, they're both fighters, right?
Absolutely.
Her husband also owns the gym with her.
Yep.
A good right hand there by Ulloa. At times, that's been Ulloa's best shot. Is that right hand over the top of the left hand. There it is again.
And
with a combination there. And then he's got to be careful going straight back like this. See the Mexican warrior spirit coming out of Ulloa now.
Man, they're throwing here.
And Mouneimne has to hold her at least.
Yes, stay low. Ulloa right in front of her. It is all over. Cecilia Ulloa earns her first win inside the Trigon.
That's unbelievable. That was like, all right, I had enough. Let me just throw. And Mouneimne just, forgot how to defend herself. It was crazy. She just couldn't get away. She didn't know how to hold. She didn't know how to move her head. She didn't know how to, she was basically in and out. That was her defense all night anyway. But when she couldn't get out here, that was what I was talking about earlier when she has that head movement, but it wasn't really doing anything defensively. It wasn't really confusing Ulloa defensively from a defensive perspective because Ulloa was still finding her. It was more confusing Ulloa in that she couldn't figure out when Mouneimne was going to attack off that rhythm movement. But it never really was a timing thing for defensive purposes because Mouneimne, once she was getting hit, she couldn't use that head movement to her advantage. She just tried to get away with her feet and she couldn't do it.
Monica, your final thoughts on that fight? I know one thing. They got caught in the corner right in front of you. Did you get any blood on you?
I did not, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, she's missing out tonight.
That's why she's a champ.
Yeah, that was that Mexican spirit right there, man. She just put the gas on and didn't stop.
Thank you for being with us. It's great to be back in your hometown.
We'll see you again soon.
Monica Medina, and a big victory for Cecilia Ulloa. We will make it official in this super flyweight matchup.
What a
when
comeback.
we come back to Biloxi, right, Paulie?
What a comeback.
Coming up next. Cecilia told us in the fighter meetings she needed to come out more aggressively tonight. I would say check that box affirmatively to make it official, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brent Hughes calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 27 seconds of the third round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Cecilia Cecy Ulloa.
Goldie, I think she lost every second of the fight until the end.
I agree. Yeah.
Until the last salvo where she just suddenly ended the fight. That was pretty remarkable comeback.
Yeah, and she weathered a storm, but then she stayed aggressive. Once she found that chin, she continued.
She brought her own storm. She brought an earthquake.
She did indeed. So congratulations to Cecilia Ulloa. She wins for the first time inside the mighty Trigon. Coming up next, it is a welterweight matchup between the blessed Steve-O and that man, Kyle McMillan. Killer Kyle looking to move to 2-0 inside the Trigon as he welcomes Steve-O Morris to BYB. Steve-O fighting out of Danville, Illinois by way of Florida. That fight coming up next. Time for the welterweights to enter the Trigon. Kyle McMillan looking to remain unbeaten as he welcomes Steve-O Morris to BYB.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division, and it's brought to you by Kicker 108. Introducing first, making his way to the Trigon and fighting out of the blue corner, here's Steve-O Morris.
Steve-O Morris, born and raised in Danville, Illinois,
about 120 miles south of Chicago, 90 miles from Indianapolis, about a half hour from Champaign-Urbana, Champaign, Illinois, where the University of Illinois is located, the Fighting Illini. His 2 wins have been stoppages, Paulie. His 2 setbacks, he has gone the distance. He is in to do a job. Yeah. He sounded pretty motivated yesterday in the fighter meetings. I felt like a lot of inner rage. Yeah. You know, sometimes the fighters have that, you know, and the Trigon, the ring, the cage, it's the place that they can sort of vent out the inner rage that they have in a positive way, I guess you call it. The Trigon, a positive way for people like this, you know, for fighters in general.
Definitely cut weight to get into this fight tonight at 145, and he's looking to enter the Trigon for the first time and put on a show.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, making his way to the Trigon, here's Kyle McMillan.
Kyle McMillan made his BYB debut in May of last year in Rock Hill, South Carolina, went the distance, earned a unanimous decision victory over Tyler Sigmund. It was a close fight, 47-46 on all 3 cards. Paulie, he left Brooklyn to go to Maryland. New team, new attitude. Let's see if he's even better than he was in that fight. He said it was just time for a change.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens, and you know, sometimes that happens. You need a little bit of change of surroundings, change of pace, change of team, and you know, he's seemed positive about the changes that he's made training over in Maryland with the new team. We'll see how it unfolds tonight for him.
He is at the Thump Yard in Brentwood, Maryland, with Rigo De La Cruz. They've been together for about a year. Our tail of the tape for this welterweight fight. Steve-O Morris, 28 years old, 4 years younger than Kyle McMillan. Kyle McMillan will have a significant reach advantage. With the official introductions, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this welterweight contest to take place inside the mighty Trigon is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds and is brought to you by Kicker 108. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Brandon Hughes. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the white trunks with red trim, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 146.6 pounds. He holds a professional bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus 2 defeats. And he fights out of Danville, Illinois, introducing Steve-O, the Blessed Morris. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the red trunks with black trim, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 145.8 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus no defeats. And he fights out of Brentwood, Maryland, by way of Brooklyn, New York, introducing Killer Kyle McMillan.
Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Kyle McMillan in the black trunks, white, red, and black for Steve-O Morris. Here we go. Switch stance utilized as we saw in the first fight inside the Trigon, Paulie, by McMillan.
Yeah, let's see if he does it tonight. But I found it interesting. Both guys the same height, but McMillan 8-inch reach advantage.
Yeah.
And speaking of switch stance, it's Steve-O Morris who turns southpaw and then comes to the attack back in the right-handed position.
Very quickly. Good work in the clinch by Steve-O Morris. Good dirty boxing. Both men willing to trade. And they're staying busy, Paul.
Yeah. I think McMillan needs to bend his knees a little bit on the inside. He's up a little too high. He's not able to get leverage.
Morris said he feels at home in bare knuckle competition, a boxer at heart. A lot of movement. Just missed that.
He tried to time the right hand, he just missed it. You know what that makes? Morris go back to southpaw and then back to right-handed again.
Morris with some good movement.
The fingers, guys.
Yeah, a little bit awkward, you know, a little bit awkward. And I think Morris is kind of a, you know, more of a technical boxer. And sometimes the awkwardness will throw you off when you try to time that kind of stuff.
Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Morris in the Trigon for the first time. McMillan, a 5-time amateur K1 champion in 3 different weight classes.
And McMillan trying to get back to that, like I said, that more fundamental boxing style, jabbing.
And especially with that reach advantage, partner.
Yeah, there's that right hand. He's finally able to get it in there. A couple times he threw over the top of Morris, but McMillan now trying to search for it, coming back with the left hook. And you can see the fundamental boxing in McMillan's style, and it's going to be up to Morris to continue to try to be awkward and throw that off, because if McMillan gets into a rhythm here, it's going to be more difficult for Morris to get going. McMillan has to try to shorten up those right hands, though. He's throwing a few too many over the top, where I think he could have had an opportunity to land some good shots.
And Morris is looking for that uppercut. Covered up nicely. Long right hand from Killer Kyle. Swing and a miss.
And some blood drawn now from Steve Morris. Some of those sharp shots now getting in there. Again, like I said, if McMillan starts to get into that rhythmic boxing, it'll become a bit more difficult for Morris to deal with. So Morris has to keep trying to disrupt that rhythm that McMillan is trying to find, that seems to have found in the last 30 seconds.
Morris had his last bare knuckle fight 13 months ago, went the distance. James Brown, his opponent, got the win, but he took 28 stitches in the fight.
Good shots there.
Paulie, when we were in commercial break, the doctors were checking on Steve-O Morris, and this fight has been stopped. Kyle McMillan with the victory. It is a fractured jaw suffered by Steve-O Morris.
He's talking. I don't know if it's fractured if he's talking.
Yeah, I'll tell you, but you can see the swelling a bit on the right side of his face. Obviously disappointed that he can't continue, because we were getting ourselves a heck of a fight.
Yeah.
Let's see where it may have happened. Here's the punch.
Another good shot there. And then he turned it over into an uppercut as well. You saw the rhythm McMillan was starting to bring it with the right hand over the top, and he's going to bring an uppercut underneath as well. Good shots there from McMillan. This was towards the end of the round, the close of the round there.
That may very well have been it, because you could see Morris's reaction was a little bit different defensively there. All right, Big Mo to make it official. When we come back to beautiful Biloxi, Mississippi, Killer Kyle is 2-0. You are watching Super Saturday Brawl. The transition from 8 limbs to 2 limbs for the 5-time amateur K1 champion is going quite well. He is now 2-0 to make it official. Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brent Hughes calls a stop to this contest at the end of the first round. Declaring your winner via a doctor stoppage, via a fractured jaw, and still undefeated, Killer Kyle McMillan. Kyle McMillan, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
Some good sportsmanship there. Kyle McMillan, first off, congrats on the win. You're still undefeated at 2-0, so I'll start with an easy question. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great.
Now, we were talking a little bit before about your experience as a kickboxer, K1, but now obviously you dropped a lot of those limbs and now you just focus on your fists. Do you like competing in bare knuckle? Do you like fighting inside the Trigon?
I do. I definitely love it. You know, it's different. It's on the rise right now. Everybody's doing it. You know, we get to go down in the Hall of Fame for this shit. Why not?
Now, obviously, we're going to want to see you back in the Trigon here soon. I almost said Hall of Fame, but that may come later in your career. Is there anything that we can look forward to? Is there anyone that you want to fight specifically?
I mean, I don't want to fight anyone specifically, but I want that diamond belt. So whoever I got to fight to get it, I'll fight him.
I'm sure you have a lot of friends and family that watched you here tonight. Anything that you have to say to them?
Thank you all. I love you all. You know, I couldn't do this shit without y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Killer Kyle McMillan.
He is definitely a man who has the potential, the skill, the will to be a future world champion. Killer Kyle is now 2-0. Coming up next, it's a featherweight matchup, and it is Brazil against the Dominican Republic. It is Lealani Mota and that woman, Helen Peralta. Peralta, the only bare knuckle fighter to defeat Christine Faria. She makes her BYB debut coming up next. Helen Peralta, I'll tell you what, she throws some hooks, Paulie, with some power that are scary.
Yeah. Aggressive fighter, fun fighter.
Yes. Ready to walk into the Trigon for the first time against the Brazilian, the Rock from Rio de Janeiro, Lealani Mota. 96 professional kickboxing matches for the Rock from Rio. Brazil against the Dominican Republic. Helen Peralta, unbeaten in her bare knuckle career. Lealani Mota, unbeaten in her bare knuckle career. They are set to collide here in Biloxi, Mississippi at BYB 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is in the women's featherweight division and is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Lealani Mota. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Helen Peralta.
.35-year-old Helen Peralta our tail of the tape for this featherweight fight. Mota, 4 years younger than Peralta. She is the taller of the two fighters. The reach is identical. Peralta did miss weight, so she has to give 20% of her purse to Mota. It might anger her a little bit even more so. Here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this featherweight contest is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds and is brought to you by Splash Life Booking. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Bobby Wambacher. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the white trunks with blue trim, she stands 5 feet 4 1/2 inches tall. She weighed in at 125.2 pounds. She holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus no defeats. And she fights out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, introducing Lealani, The Rock Mota. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gray and white trim, she stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. She weighed in at 128.2 pounds. She holds a perfect, undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus no defeats. And she fights out of Fairfield, Iowa, by way of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. She is the #1 ranked featherweight bare knuckle fighter in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Helen Peralta.
Iansa, her nickname given to her during her capoeira days. African spirit worship, thunder, fire, and chaos from Peralta. Bobby Wambacher, our referee. Here we go. Mota in the white and blue. Black with the name on the back of the trunks in gray for Helen Peralta.
Right into that dirty boxing, Goldie.
Oh, right to it.
Right to it they go.
Helen Peralta has taken some time off between her bare knuckle battles, but in the last couple of years, she's had 8 MMA fights. Happy to be back and throwing fists here tonight against Mota. It was right here inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum in August of 2019 that Helen Peralta won by unanimous decision against Christine Faria. The semifinals of their tournament. She is the former Police Gazette Women's Featherweight American Champion.
A little awkward on the inside here. She's trying to get that positioning with the arm. You see her trying to grab the arm of Mota, trying to move it out of the way, out of the defensive and offensive position.
And Mota, 96 professional kickboxing bouts. He definitely is an experienced striker, Paulie.
Yeah, she's got experience using some of the jab. With her height, she's not used any jabs.
Yep.
And he's allowing Peralta to sort of mosey her way in and get a little comfortable and try to make it uncomfortable for Mota on the inside. Let's see if she starts using some jabs here. There she goes again. And there, that time she came with those straight shots. And I think at her height, she's probably best suited to use some of those straight shots and try to, discourage Peralta from just trying to walk in the front door the way she has.
15 seconds on the clock, round number 1. Fight scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. A lot of clinching, a lot of dirty boxing here to begin this fight.
There's a good right hands there from Peralta, from Mota, and that's what Mota wants to start doing, is letting go of those shots.
Entra na briga de rua com ela, tá bom? Vem, vamos, go. Round number 2, Peralta and Mota.
So at the end of the round, Peralta ended up getting cut on the left eye.
Was that punch the right hand right at the end, right, Paulie?
Those right hands, you saw Mota started to let go of those long right hands at the end of the first round. That's really what she wants to, she'd rather be. I think she'd best be suited to fight at range a little bit. Peralta on the inside can make things a little bit uncomfortable, but you see now Mota is not using those straight shots again, so she's got to start using shots again like that, like the one she just did. It'll kind of discourage Peralta from closing the gap, because Peralta seems like she tries to push her way in there, you know, just try to force her way on the inside, not really creative in trying to, in the method in which she closes the gap. So she's got to work on maybe feinting her way in there and try to, you know, come behind some deceptive shots. She's trying to force her way in there. What she's ended up doing is ended up in a clinch like this, where Mota's able to kind of neutralize some of that dirty boxing that she'd like to do.
And Mota very good in the clinch. Not only with inside work, Paulie, but also stalling the attack of Helen Peralta.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what she's trying to do on the inside, is more so stall Peralta's attack, because I think Peralta would rather be working on the inside. And then from the outside, she's landed a couple of decent right hands. But I still think she could be busier on the outside, Goldie.
It's been over 4 years.
What happened here?
We had a accidental headbutt.
That was a hard one.
Peralta saying that was a hard one. She seems to think it was intentional. Let's see. I mean, we'll get a, and that's a cut that was already there. That's the thing about that. That's a pretty rough cut.
That's nasty.
And like I said, the cut was already, it might be a 2, that might be a second cut. Yeah, she has a second cut. Maybe from the headbutt. I'm wondering if that headbutt was on purpose, because Peralta's saying that was a hard one.
And the doctor has stopped the fight, and Peralta's
aggravated. I want to see this replay. I want to see if try and get us a replay, because Peralta's back was to us, so couldn't get a good sense of the kind of headbutt that was, the kind of clash of heads that we saw. But it seemed like from Peralta's reaction that she thought it was intentional.
They're cut above the eye. Never good.
Oh no, I mean, I don't think it was an intentional headbutt, but I don't think she tried to avoid it either. I think she tried to avoid this little, see that? I think it was also Peralta's own left hand that brought her in there. Yeah.
Kind of pulling her in, right?
Yeah. It was also Peralta, you know, trying to use that little left hook on the inside, but ended up wrapping around her and bringing her in.
Bobby Wambacher getting everything under control. We will get the official decision of this women's featherweight fight coming up next. Unfortunate ending to this one, and Helen Peralta had some things to say during break to Mota. I think we might have ourselves a fight already for April 4th.
Yeah, rematch.
Rematch. Let's make this one official. Big Mo, take it away, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Wambacher calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 14 seconds of the second round. And due to an accidental headbutt that caused one of the fighters unable to continue, this bout has been ruled a no contest.
Thus, we shall do it again. Peralta, extremely upset, did not want her debut to go this way, and I'm sure Mota feels exactly the same way. Still to come, we have our 2 title fights and the return of the Preacher Man, Joshua Oxendine. That is our main event. At the end of the night, DJ Linderman and Ike Villanueva look inside the locker room of Hurricane Ike. Has his entire family here. DJ Linderman just continues to get more confident every time he steps into the Trigon. Later tonight, our main event for the heavyweight championship from Biloxi, Mississippi. Still to come, the rematch between Harold McQueen and Brandon Birr, and of course our main event, Right now, the return of the Preacher Man, former title contender, Joshua Oxendine. It is the Preacher Man against the Lion, Alexander Satarchuk. From the Ukraine, both men looking for a big win here tonight in our featured matchup, this one in the lightweight division.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Biloxi, Mississippi for BYB 24 Super Brawl Saturday. We now move to the lightweight division, just for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, making his way to the Trigon and fighting out of the blue corner, here is Alexander Satarchuk.
Had this training camp in Miami, Florida, but proudly representing his home country of the Ukraine. No gloves needed. And he knows he was thrown into the fire in his BYB debut because his opponent is a man we're going to see up next, Harold McQueen. McQueen lost the title fight to Brandon Birr. 38 days later, he faced this man and finished him in round number 1. We asked him, what about the McQueen fight? And he simply, Paulie said, no good.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here is Joshua Oxendine.
I'll tell you the one thing that we know about Joshua Oxendine, his hands are extremely lethal. Chris Gonzalez suffered the big body shot there from Joshua Oxendine. He had the win 48 seconds into the second against Cody Jenkins, and then a memorable matchup for the title against Mark Irwin. And it's interesting with Joshua Oxendine that his first fight here has been changed to a no contest. So a very tight decision in that title fight. The Preacher Man wants to get back to either Irwin or Tenori, but he feels like he's unbeaten. He's got some work to do, and he's got a tough guy in front of him, though, Paulie.
Very, very close fight against Irwin. It didn't go his way. Could have found a fight that could have went both ways. A very competitive fight. But then Irwin goes on to lose the title to Tenori in one of the best fights you'll ever watch. So you know what? Oxendine wants to get back in there, either with Irwin or Tenori. And I think the road back resumes with Satarchuk, who himself has a lot of redemption on his mind after the loss to McQueen.
Absolutely. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Our featured matchup, the Preacher Man from North Carolina, 29 years old, 5 years younger than the Ukrainian. There is a significant height advantage for Joshua Oxendine. With the official introductions, bingo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this lightweight contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Bobby Wambacher. This bout is brought to you by 95.3 FM, The Gorilla. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the trunks, donning the flag of Ukraine. He stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 135.5 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus 3 defeats. And he fights out of Miami, Florida, by way of Mariupol, Ukraine. Introducing Alexander Lion Satarchuk. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Wearing the white trunks with gray trim, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 135.7 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus just 1 loss and 1 no contest. And he fights out of Charlotte, North Carolina, introducing the former championship contender, ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Preacher Man Oxendine.
Here we go. Oxendine in the white and silver with the black belt line. The Ukrainian flag, the colors represented once again by Lion Alexander Satarchuk. Satarchuk had not fought Paulie in over 2 years when he made his BYB debut here in September against McQueen. Now he's got himself back in a rhythm, he hopes, as he's got a tough opponent in the Preacher Man.
And I think with McQueen, it was just I think it was just a fast, sharp start. McQueen is such a fast starter, and he's also, you know, got sharp punches. I think he just overwhelms Satarchuk, especially, like you said, he hadn't fought in a while. You know, it's a tough welcome back, you know?
Yep.
Satarchuk's a technical guy, though, and so is Oxendine. This could be a good fight.
And Harold McQueen was still angry about the way that the fight ended against Brandon Birr. They're going to replay that coming up next, but these two ready to put on a show. Oxendine with 2 big wins with finishes at 48 seconds of the first and 48 seconds of the second. Gets hit here though and goes down hard.
I'm not sure if that was a jab or if that was a poke. He's down. I mean,
I think it was an eye poke. Let's take a look at the replay.
yeah, that was. I hope it's not an eye poke. Right? Oh, that's an eye poke. Yeah, that's a bad eye poke. Man. Yeah, that's an eye poke. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna. That's a tough eye poke, man. That's the thing with bare knuckle, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you come from the MMA world, Goldie. You know that can happen with those gloves too.
Yep.
Very, very. I think Satarchuk's not even sure that he had his hand open. That or he's playing dumb. But I don't know, man. That's a pretty rough eye poke, man. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. And it was just Satarchuk trying to be defensive, you know, because a lot of times you open your hand to try to knock down or parry away shots, and you know, sometimes that's the thing with bare hands. It can be turned into an eye poke. Let's see if Oxendine is okay.
He has 5 minutes to try to get well, check with the doctor, and continue to fight.
You know, Goldie, we were just talking about that off air. You know how Michael Bisping had a really bad injury with the eye poke, and it cost him an eye. You know, that's one of the risks of not having those boxing gloves on, you know, where your fingers are loose, you know, in MMA as well with those MMA gloves. These eye pokes can get very, very dangerous at times.
And it is the way that the first fight between Brandon Birr and Harold McQueen came to a close.
Good point, yep, absolutely. That's why we're here for the rematch.
Yep. You can tell Josh wants to continue to fight. He gave the right answers, and here we go. Here we go, Preacher Man. The battle will continue. Literally passed the eye test. Satarchuk apologetic, and the battle continues.
The eye test.
The eye test, right?
Let's see now how he's able to continue. Because again, I don't think Satarchuk is a slouch either. You know, he's a technical fighter.
I think what Josh is doing right now as well is he's taking all the allotted time per the rules, which is smart, to get himself back in a condition where he can continue to fight. And he's going to come out flying, I guarantee you that. They continue. Oxendine in the white and silver with the black line, and the Ukrainian trunks from Satarchuk.
Oxendine, good legs there. On the outside.
He's got good movement.
Yeah, he's got Satarchuk reaching. Remember, Oxendine 5'10", Satarchuk's 5'5".
Yep.
That jab could be a weapon if he makes good use of it. Tatarchuk getting aggressive. Like I said, Tatarchuk has his own level of technique as well.
Good body shot, the hook from Tatarchuk.
The McQueen performance can be a bit deceiving because McQueen started so fast that Tatarchuk didn't know what hit him.
Oxendine trying to use that length, trying to establish the jab here as we continue round number 1 after the accidental eye poke.
Missing shots here. Oxendine's got the great idea defensively, but he's not counterpunching, and so you're not going to take away the confidence of Tatarchuk's attack. You know, even so those Tatarchuk's missing, the worst that happens is he's just gonna miss. So he says, well, okay, I got nothing to lose. If all I'm gonna do is just miss, I might as well keep shooting these shots. But once you're starting to get countered, you start to keep your hands in your pocket. And that's what Oxendine has to do, is establish that jab and make sure these counters are getting in there when he got Tatarchuk missing, because he's got Tatarchuk missing a lot, but he's not making him pay.
And there's something to be said because of what we have seen happen in the fight thus far, Paulie. Joshua would like to get out of this round and get another 60 seconds to get himself back in proper form, right? Big shot by Alexandra there. Nice clinch work by Joshua Oxendine.
Tatarchuk ran into that clinch.
Yeah, he did indeed.
Into it. Tatarchuk's starting to put a lot of pressure on him. And that's the thing, Oxendine's got to stop. You feel not to go into flight. Now he's got that offensive going.
So much that angle on him, okay? No, you understand what I'm saying? Put that angle on him. Look, he reaches hard instead of moving straight back.
Та сторона, він попадає, тільки коли ти стоїш. І отак от делаєш, все, сука, він не попадає. І вот это сбоку, кидай ему. Він делает тяжку, длинные боковые, понял? Ушел, па-па-па. И не отпускай.
So go in. I know it sounds crazy, but run to the fucking fire. You understand me? Good. Josh, good footwork.
Round 2. Joshua Oxendine, Alexandra Tatarchuk. Oxendine was on the offensive in that last 10 seconds of round number 1. Let's see if he picks up where he left off.
Yeah, he's got good legs again, but he's got to start being first if he's not going to counter. And that being first with that jab is a good start.
Really good movement by the preacher man. And then you see the line, he gets down tight, and you can tell the size difference.
Yeah, so Tatarchuk is trying to, you know, go sway to the left and to the right and set up hooks.
Oxendine spent 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. That was the first time he trained MMA. Proud of his military background, proud of his tribal background, and obviously showing a lot of pride here tonight, fighting through the accidental eye poke in round number 1.
I think Tatarchuk would be well settled to use some of these straight jabs at least. He's trying to come around the side too much. He's already got the shorter arms and he's a shorter guy. So he'd be at least, oh, another poke.
Wow.
I don't even think Tatarchuk's doing it on purpose. I think it's just an instant reaction, especially if you come from a boxing background, which I'm not sure Tatarchuk does, but it's, oh, that wasn't in the eye. Let's see the second. That's not the replay. I don't think that's the replay. Is that the replay? That one didn't get him in the eye, goal, you know?
No,
that one hit him in the forehead. That one got him in the forehead. I don't think that's the one.
Take your time. You got time. Stay with it.
Point deduction looks like it's going to occur.
Tatarchuk's got to keep those hands close.
Yep.
Even if you're not poking an eye, you still got to get a warning regardless.
And when you do have that boxing background, you're used to having the gloves on.
You're used to parrying a lot too.
Yep.
And so you open your hands up to parry shots in boxing.
They continue.
A lot of respect between the two at least.
Yep. Certainly unintentional.
The jab there by Zatarczyk. Say it's a slip.
Yep. So no knockdown. Just about at the midway point of round 2.
That's what I was saying before the goal. Zatarczyk's got to get in some straight shots. Well, good counter right hand there by Oxendine as he backs up. Now we start to see the counters. That's what he's got to do. When Zatarczyk gets aggressive, he's got him missing. If you make him counter him coming in, you're going to take away some of the aggressiveness. And that's a good shot by Oxendine.
The knockdown for the preacher man. Alexandra is up. The battle continues. Oxendine looking to finish it right here, right now. Pouring it on.
Oxendine fell trying to get the finish.
Yep.
Oh, big hook by Zatarczyk. Just missed.
Just missed.
That was just missed.
I felt the wind on that one.
Yeah. All right. I tell you, we call that rubbernecking in boxing, and that's what Oxendine did. He turned his head with it, so they didn't hit him.
The corner of Oxendine saying, stick with the jab, stick with the jab.
Yeah, he's got the knockdown in this round, so it's a 2-point round already if he can get out of it unscathed. Zatarczyk seems like he's recovered and trying to get back on it, but Oxendine's jab is the key here.
Pushing forward, the Lion and the Preacher Man.
Drag it back. You blocked him. You got too messy, right? Right? You got him really good. Set him up with the right hand again. He's open for that right hand. He doesn't protect it when you put the angle. Because he's 5'5", so he's throwing longer shots.
The Lumbee tribe's first professional fighter. He's got his tribe, the Marine Corps, behind him. Joshua Oxendine, white with the silver and black Ukrainian flag for Alexander Zatarczyk. Got confirmation from Bobby Wambacher that last round he issued the warning, not a point deduction, Paulie. So with the knockdown, a 10-8 for Joshua in the previous round.
Oxendine's reflexes are good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Zatarczyk's punches aren't exactly short. They're kind of wide, but they're also not super wide. So Oxendine's seeing them. Zatarczyk could shorten things up a little bit, maybe be a little smarter in his shot selection, but Oxendine's reflex is very, very good.
Oxendine, a former North Carolina State Golden Gloves champion. A lot of experience with his striking.
He's got Zatarczyk just missing, and again, if he can back establishing that jab, he can simplify things for him. But I also think Zatarczyk should be using his jab as well. Again, you can jab with a jabber. Zatarczyk kind of getting impatient. Good right hand there by Oxendine.
You see the movement from the Ukrainian.
He's trying to get out of that Trigon corner.
Yeah.
60-degree corner.
Not a good place to have your back up against. Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. Biloxi, Mississippi, our featured matchup in the lightweight division. Joshua Oxendine and Alexander Zatarczyk.
Zatarczyk has this swaying back with a good shot.
Big shot landing by Joshua Oxendine. He's saying it's over.
He swayed into it.
It is
swayed into that one.
I agree. Yep.
So those double impact. I said Tarchik moved his head there, and I think he went right in because Oxenine was throwing those right hands around the side. So by swaying, he went into the right hand that was coming from around the side. Still, you know, like a doggy.
Let's go! Yes, Mia, Priscilla, I love y'all.
Introduced him to him. Preached his first sermon at age 14 and made a big statement with a baptism tonight. Unfortunate that we had the accidental eye pokes, because when they were going toe-to-toe, we had ourselves quite a fight, and Joshua Oxendine has scored the finish, and he moves to 3-1 to make it official. Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Wambacher calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 55 seconds of the third round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Joshua Preacher Man Oxendine.
Let's go.
A win in the first, a win in the second, tonight a win in the third. Preacher Man will visit with Big Mo.
All right, Joshua, hold on, which side's so going? Can you see me? Am I over here? You good?
I got you, man.
First off, you battled through adversity. You had to deal with that eye poke. In that moment, a lot of fighters would have stayed down. You wanted to keep it going. What was going through your mind in that moment?
First of all, man, I want to give all glory to my Savior, Jesus Christ, man. Without God in my life, man, I wouldn't be the man I am today, man. So thankful for my Savior, Jesus Christ, my best friend. Listen, guys, it's not about religion. It's all about relationship. Once you have a relationship with God, man, your life will just completely turn around. But, man, and I was supposed to fight rematch with Mark, man, and I had a cyst on the back of my brain they found, and it was really scary, man, and it took me out of training for a while last year, and it healed up, and medicine and all that, and it's gone. So I wasn't going to let me sitting on the couch for 9 months take away from that moment. So it hurt, but getting punched in the face hurts worse, so I might as well get up and do that. So that's what we did, and we came out victorious.
Well, I know that we're very happy to see you back inside the Trigon. You come back into a very stacked lightweight division. Now, the belt just changed hands, but you were sitting back saying, hold on a minute, that belt might belong on me, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm rusty, man. I was rusty sitting out since last May. I was rusty. Got my feet wet a little bit, you know, did my little shake, got that dove. And you already know what time it is. Listen, hey, you can have it, but you can't hold it. And I'm coming because I'm very generous at taking things. So you already know what time it is, Mike, Dada. You know who the real fight is. I'm the money fight. I'm the real fight. So let's make it happen.
I know that you have a lot of friends and family from the Carolinas watching you and from all over. Anything that you have to say to them?
Hey, listen, man. I got the Locklears right here. They drove all the way down here. You already know what time it is, man. We bring people wherever we go. Hey, shout out to my pastor. He told me if I didn't shout him out, he's going to beat me up. So shout out to my pastor. Hey, shout out to my beautiful wife, Priscilla, my 3 beautiful daughters, Gabriella, Sophia, Mia. Daddy loves you guys. Get back. We're going to church in the morning. And, hey, Love Me Nation. Let's go. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your winner, Joshua Preacher Man Oxendine.
He and Priscilla go back to age 15. Mia turns 5 in March. And when we come back, it is our co-main event of the evening. Nicely done, Preacher Man. With my powerful partner, the former 2-time world champion, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie, it is time for the rematch. 185 days ago, accidental eye pokes into the fight between Birr and McQueen. Harold came out like lightning.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
But then Brandon really was the Slaughterhouse late.
Yeah, and that's really they lived up to their nicknames. I mean, Harold is always a fast starter, and his hands are fast like lightning. Puts together some really sharp shots. You don't see them coming. You know, we talked about about the stoppage he had over Zatarczyk, who just overwhelmed him. And that's sort of the thing that he does. He overwhelms you, but it's not just with activity. It's with super sharp speed and power. And then he sort of, when you get by that storm like Birr was able to get by it, you find out that McQueen sort of may slow down a little bit. So there's is there a little bit of front runner in him or not? And that's what Birr was sort of may have been alluding to a little bit in terms of he got to him late in the fight. Obviously the eye pokes ended the fight, so we needed the rematch to really see who would have been the winner. But in a fight where McQueen started very good and Birr ended up closing very strongly, we didn't get a full decision as to, okay, which guy is better. Would McQueen have finished strong? Would he have gotten that back the momentum he started the fight with? We're going to find out tonight. McQueen is going to have to start fast and keep the momentum, while Birr is going to have to start a little better if you don't want to fight from behind all the time.
You got that right. It was some body shots that changed the complexion of the fight, but they are set to fight again. You saw there is mutual respect, but intensity yesterday in the weigh-ins. It is the title on the line, the featherweight belt here at BYB as we get set for our co-main event of the evening, the rematch between Brandon Birr and Harold McQueen, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Will Birr retain the belt, or will McQueen take it away? Brandon Birr said, I am the champion, but I do want some validation here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your co-main event of the evening. A rematch for the BYB Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, here is Harold McQueen.
McQueen coming out with boxing gloves on.
Yep. Which I think is him saying, I'm going to make sure I keep my hands closed tonight. And it was accidental.
Keeping them warm.
Yeah, keeping them warm. He did say he worked a little bit more like holding hand weights and stuff when he was sparring, pulling, or even working the bag, just to keep those hands closed.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You know, if I'm coming from boxing, like I said in the last fight with Starchik, you have a tendency to keep your hands open and start parrying and try to block shots off. And, you know, when it comes to your fingers being open, like in MMA or bare knuckle, it's risky. Yep.
Harold McQueen got the taste of defeat out of his mouth at BYB 20, as we mentioned before, 38 days after the first title fight with Brandon Birr, which was stopped in the 6th and final round. There was an eye poke in the 5th, then a second in the 6th, and that was the end. That said, we have seen enough of Harold McQueen that you have said on a couple of occasions he may very well be the most skilled boxer on our roster.
Yeah, very skilled, very fast. That combination of things makes him very, very difficult to beat. A great sense of timing as well.
Been waiting impatiently for 6 months and a day. It's his chance at redemption here tonight in the rematch for the featherweight belt against Brandon Birr. He is Harold Lightning McQueen.
And his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Please welcome Brandon Birr.
One time for the city. My city.
Representing Strong Style Gym in Strongsville, Ohio, suburb of Cleveland, the home gym of the former UFC heavyweight champion, Stipe Miocic. His boxing coach is Alex Cooper. His brother, Nick Birr, also in his corner tonight. After that first fight, Brandon told us it took a while for that eye to heal. A few weeks, he had some blood in the eye. It was swollen shut, but he's back and he's ready and he knows he's going to have to weather another storm, Paulie.
Yeah.
But when he went to the body and hurt Harold in the fourth, things became a little different.
Yeah, you started to slow down that speed and that, you know, that difficult style to deal with of McQueen when you can get to the body. But you got to, in order to close the gap, you got to get past that speed. And you got to be a little bit more deceptive. You don't want to take too many shots coming in, otherwise you end up with that kind of damage that Birr took last time. So some adjustments need to be made by both guys, but also having been in there with each other and having seen the struggle that it is to fight one another, they both had a lot of respect for each other yesterday, despite obviously the competitive aspect of this being a title fight and wanting to win.
Featherweight belt goes to the winner. Right now it belongs to the kid from Cleveland, Brandon Birr. Our tail of the tape for this, our co-main event of the evening. 31-year-old Birr against 32-year-old McQueen, who is 2 inches taller. Everything else is virtually identical. Big Birr.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Biloxi, Mississippi, this is your co-main event of the evening. A rematch for the BYB Featherweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Splash Light Booking. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Brandon Hughes. Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the red trunks with white trim, he stands 5 feet, 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 126 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus just 1 defeat. And he fights out of Oakland, California, introducing Harold Lightning McQueen. And his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the black trunks with gray trim, he stands 5 feet, 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 124.9 pounds. He holds a perfect, undefeated bare knuckle record of 3 victories versus 0 losses. And he fights out of Cleveland, Ohio, introducing the reigning, defending BYB Featherweight Champion of the World, Brandon Slaughterhouse Birr.
All right, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. This is my commands at all times, and protect yourself at all times. Good luck to both of you gentlemen. Touch hands, touch the corner.
Harold McQueen, the challenger. Brandon Birr, the champion. Here we go. Round number 1. Red bandana trunks for Harold McQueen. Black trunks for the champ, Brandon Slaughterhouse Birr.
You already see the respect. McQueen trying to make sure he paces himself. Doesn't come out guns blazing like he typically does. And usually he makes the guns blaze and he lands those shots. But I think he realizes he could do that in this fight, and then Birr doesn't go anywhere. And then he might be a little tired. So I think McQueen is starting to out with a little bit more tactical. He has the speed. He has the tactical acumen. He just has to be smart with his timing. And it's up to Birr now to sort of wear him down so that he can take the advantage he took late in the last fight.
Harold said he had a much better and more disciplined camp for this rematch, and Brandon worked on the basics, getting brilliant at the basics, head movement. Watch out for the jab, change up his entries a little bit, and definitely more lateral movement as they battle right in front of us. Good exchange. Alex Cooper, been around combat sports forever. He's got the bandana going, and then we got Harold in the bandana trunks.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna get Paulie that bandana.
Shot there again by McQueen. That last little half uppercut, half jab, half hook kind of thing, you know?
No pushing.
And a good takedown for the guy who's wrestled since age 6.
Well, Birr went straight back, squared up, so he took that last shot real cleanly. And he tried to come in and smother McQueen. And maybe a little extra with that physicality.
Break, no punch.
Which is smart though of Brandon, because they both have different styles. And Brandon wants to make it an inside battle with a lot of clinch work, a lot of body work, and obviously Harold wants to let those hands fly like right there, Paul.
Yeah, and Birr's already bleeding probably from that left hand he took on against the Rosa before. Now it's McQueen letting his hands fly. That's where Birr needs to make it physical right here. Right now, McQueen has been able to neutralize the inside fighting by clinching and causing a break. And this is where kind of Birr is kind of at the mercy of McQueen's speed and boxing tactical skill set.
6 months and a day since the first fight. Brandon's eye has healed well, but it doesn't mean that it's not vulnerable, and he's got some blood on the left side of his face, below the eye, thankfully, for Slaughterhouse. But he's got to be careful getting caught in that corner again.
You see what McQueen does. You see what McQueen does. Birr doesn't know what to do when McQueen starts to get on range, so he tries to go in and charge him, and you see what McQueen does. He pulls his head down. He pulls Birr's head down so that Birr can't really get any positioning on the inside. And at that time, Birr said, okay, I'll just pick you up.
McQueen looking for the clean 1-2 there. Final 10 seconds of round one. Lightning's feeling it.
I think McQueen burned so little energy. He's like, man, I got so much extra energy after one round.
Cut under the left eyebrow of Brandon Birr.
Vic Streeter did a great job in between rounds, working on it. We've got Serge and Vic, so we got two of the best cut men in the business. Round number 2 set to start. McQueen in the red bandana trunks, black trunks for the champion. Brandon Slaughterhouse Birr.
See McQueen, some blood come out of his mouth too. See, Birr, despite not getting the better of the first round, did manage to land something. There's some blood on the mouth of McQueen, and a good right hand there by Birr as well.
Big time, and the power possessed by Brandon Birr is that kind of game-changing power.
Yeah, another good right hand. He's flying in with these right hands, and McQueen's a little up high, taking some of these right hands. Now McQueen using actually some of that Muay Thai old stuff. Yeah, they traded places. Birr with some good right hands like a boxer, and McQueen doing that Muay Thai clinch and using the uppercut in there.
We're seeing it all here tonight.
Oh, another good right hand. Birr starting to get that timing on that jab of McQueen. McQueen's got a fast jab, Goldie, but he's going to have to change rhythm with it. Maybe use some feints with it and then throw off that timing of that counter right hand by Birr. Birr has found something with that over-the-top right hand.
And look at the right hand. He's got it right in the striking range, ready to fire on a counter.
And you know what? Good change of pace there by McQueen using his own right hand instead of the jab, leading with his right hand. It threw off the counter of Birr as he was looking jab.
Guys, this is not wrestling. Not wrestling,
A lot of the clinching you see, a lot of the tie-ups are actually also an example of the growth and the understanding of fighting in the Trigon and fighting bare knuckle.
Absolutely. You see a little cut on the right hand, right eye of McQueen as well now.
Birr just missed. McQueen keeps him in range, lands a jab. As he hurt him, body, swinging away, and Slaughterhouse. And we talked to McQueen about it, Paulie. Brandon Birr is a very tough man to finish in any form of combat sports.
And I think that's why McQueen's fought so much more of a disciplined fight this time. He didn't just go in there trying to take him out. I think he realizes there's a resilience to Birr, so he's going to have to kind of try to pace it. But he also realized that he can probably outbox Birr if he just stays and sticks to the game plan.
But stay away from the firefight, because then that power And the inside fighting of Birr could change everything.
And that's where the discipline comes in, man. Because Birr, that's what Birr's looking for. Birr wants a firefight. Doing everything he can to draw McQueen into it. And McQueen trying to keep it tactical, trying to see changing levels, using those feints, using that rhythm, trying to keep Birr thinking. And if Birr can stay on the outside thinking, it means he's not fighting.
Starts with the left hook.
Right, no point.
Referee breaks him. 20 seconds left in round number 2. Title fight scheduled for 6 rounds. Great body shot. You could hear it.
I think Birr might have felt it. He took it too easily there. He does take it. He does take the count.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Time. Again, making a point.
What?
You hit him when he was down.
I didn't know, though.
Hey, I don't want to talk about it. Ready? Ready?
I wonder what that one is for.
I didn't know you were down. I wouldn't have fucking...
Okay? Double 2, 3. How long is that? Okay? Don't worry about that shuffle. You gotta go, baby. You gotta go. 1,700. You hit him in the body, so before you're doing that, you hit him in the back. You're headhunting again, come on.
Round 3 of our title fight. Birr took a knee. So it's a 10-8 for Harold McQueen. McQueen was warned for hitting a downed opponent. He said, I didn't know, but the warning was issued. No point deducted, Paul.
Okay, all right. So he'll have to be on the lookout for that. He also just did a good job of getting away from those overhand rights by Birr to start out the round. It's Birr looking for those same big shots he found in round 2.
And you hear the corner of Brandon Birr saying, you know he's coming in, right hand in place. And that's something we talked about earlier. Look at the right hand right in the holster for Brandon Birr.
Yeah, you know, when your background is not boxing, you kind of got to be a little, you're going to wind up being a little bit more one-dimensional with your attack. Birr knows he's got something with the right hand, but he just doesn't have enough ideas on how to disguise it against a crafty guy like McQueen. And a nice left hook, double left hook on the inside by McQueen.
Knockdown in the second, big knockdown here in the third.
That's it.
It is all over! Harold McQueen is the BYB featherweight world champion!
Very disciplined performance by McQueen. You know what? You can tell he matured from that last fight. Doing somersaults off the top ropes and everything, just like Oxen Diners outside the ring, praising him. Really, really impressive performance and very poised performance here. Because Birr is not easy to deal with. Good respect by the two.
You were perfect going there. The wait is over. Harold McQueen is the new owner of the BYB featherweight strap. Here is Big Mota make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brian Hughes calls a stop to this contest at 52 seconds of the second round, declaring a winner by TKO and the new BYB featherweight champion of the world, Harold Lightning McQueen. I'm going to do a quick interview, Harold. Harold, congratulations, new champion. You have gold around your waist. How do you feel?
I feel great, man. I feel great. I sacrificed so much and worked so hard for this, man.
Anything that you have to say to your support staff? I'll let you have this moment, but anything you want to say?
I want to say happy birthday to my daughter Samira. It's her birthday. I love you, baby.
Harold, congratulations, my friend, new champion.
The new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new champion, Harold Lightning McQueen.
Harold McQueen, emotional, has the belt strapped around his waist. Brandon Birr had stepped away. Big Mo was set to talk to both because I think we got ourselves another trilogy to come. But emotional for a man who has worked so hard for so long on his daughter's birthday to capture the BYB Featherweight World Championship. Congratulations, Harold McQueen. Now, of course, Magic Man, this is one of 2 title fights here on the card tonight. Our main event. The big
boys now.
Yes, sir. The heavyweights are set to battle. DJ Linderman has the belt. Ike Villanueva wants to take it away, and there is big Ike Villanueva. Hurricane Ike, 2-0 so far inside the Trigon. Both wins have come in the first round. That man, DJ Linderman, won the belt against Tony Lopez, defended it against Rashad Coulter, and this was a heck of a stare down.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going anywhere, Paulie.
No.
Wait for it. They're still not going anywhere, Magic Man. Great intensity. We expect a wonderful matchup. Linderman has come back stronger every single time that we have seen him in the Trigon, and Hurricane Ike has been nothing short of spectacular. Our main event for the heavyweight belt, DJ Linderman and Ike Villanueva.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. It is time for the heavyweights. This is your main event of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds for the BYB Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first the champion, fighting out of the blue corner. Here is Ike Villanueva.
Yeah. Hurricane coming up a highlight reel knockout of the night of Jay Fish. Back in December of last year in Denver, Colorado, he made his BYB debut right here inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, defeating Matt Kovacs in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. He has been to the top of the MMA ladder, fought in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, 32 professional MMA bouts. He has now come over to Bare Knuckle, and he told us from day one that he was ready to be the name, the face, the man that everybody talks about when they talk about the Trigon. He's got a big opportunity to make a huge statement tonight. He is Hurricane Ike Villanueva.
And his opponent, your reigning defending heavyweight champion, DJ Linderman.
I remember stressing in my champion apparel. Now I'm just a champ flying in a continental. Never running from my troubles, even though it hurts. Always had drive like the wheels with some spinners. I felt like a
Talked about it at the top of the show. 10 pounds lighter in his title defense against Coulter than he was when he won the title against Lopez. Now coming in even lighter tonight. Team, do something. He's been with his coach, Tommy Davis, Bo Hamilton, for 18 years. Tonight, the 52nd professional combat competition for the BYB Heavyweight World Champion, the Southpaw, DJ Linderman. Just talking to him, being around him, you would know better than anybody, Paulie. Training every single day, staying at a high level is stressful.
It is, but you also have that ultra focus and ultra concentration. He keeps coming in lighter, does Linderman. He keeps showing that he's extra dedicated and sort of feels rejuvenated at this age, but once becoming the champion, you know?
Yep.
But he's got a hungry opponent in front of him, Ike Villanueva. This is a fight.
This is definitely a fight. So much for retiring at age 36 for that man. The champion, DJ Linderman. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. The champion is 40. The challenger, 39 years old. They just were separated by about 3 pounds on the scale. Everything else is virtually identical. Set for 6 rounds if it goes that long. Here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Presented by Coastal Mississippi. Scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. It is for the BYB Heavyweight Championship of the World. So, Biloxi, I need you all to get up out of your seats, raise your drinks high, and get wild! Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with gold trim. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 243.1 pounds.
Let's go.
He holds
Let's go.
a perfect undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus no losses. And he fights out of H-Town, Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Hurricane Ike Villanueva. And his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red, black, and silver trunks. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 246.2 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 3 victories versus just 1 loss. And he fights out of Wairika, California, introducing the reigning, defending BYB Heavyweight Champion of the World, DJ Da Protege Linderman. Our referee in charge of this championship main event, Bobby Wambacher.
All right, gentlemen, this is the main event for the BYB Heavyweight Championship. We've been through the rules in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch him up if you want.
Our main event of the evening for the BYB heavyweight belt. DJ Linderman, the southpaw, red, black, fade trunks, red and gold for Hurricane Ike Villanueva. Our main event fight clock brought to you by Play Coastal Mississippi. Fight scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds.
Tactical beginning so far, guys. Trying to find that little opening. Again, that lefty versus righty also creates some tactical adjustments necessary, especially more for the right-hander.
Both men have been competing for a very long time. Villanueva, 2008. First MMA bout. I want to say it was 2008 as well. Yep, for DJ Linderman.
They've been around, they're veterans.
The odometers are loaded on this one.
Villanueva caught Linderman with some shots coming in, and it made Linderman turn to right hand. Now he catches Linderman with some small shot, a small little check hook coming in, so he turns back to left-handed. They haven't been big shots, but just enough to get Linderman thinking.
Blue collar, proud Mexican. Tried that quick left hook towards the chin of the champion.
Linderman sneaky with the left hand.
He is indeed. He snuck it in. And he finished Rashad Coulter very quickly in their fight with an overhand left.
I said Villanueva got a good shot in there on the inside or not. I couldn't tell his back was tossed. But I see a cut on Linderman's eye, so something must have landed in there. Again, good hook, catching Linderman on the way in. The sense of timing on the way in has been very good, and he's caught Linderman reaching a couple of times. Now he's getting on the attack himself instead of going on the counter. He's starting to get on the attack now.
Hurricane Ike.
Good left hand there by Linderman. Ike has that left hook on automatic. As soon as Linderman tries to close the gap, he throws a good right hand there by Villanueva, switching it up a little bit. As I'm sure Linderman at this point is looking for that counter left hook Villanueva throws. Or at least a little bit leery of it.
Two big, strong, powerful heavyweights with the belt on the line. Both men coming off of knockout of the night performances.
Villanueva has a good rhythm here. Not burning too much energy. Changing range where he needs to. Forcing Linderman to reach a little bit. Linderman hasn't been able to land anything specifically too clean.
Linderman bloodied up, but far from beaten. And that quick return to the right by Villanueva, something we got to keep an eye on. Something DJ Linderman needs to keep an eye on. The highway was crowded the 414 miles from Houston to Biloxi to support Hurricane Ike, round number 2. Southpaw champion DJ Linderman, red, black fade. Villanueva, red and gold trunks.
Oh, big shot by Linderman.
Linderman is tricky with that southpaw stance, and when he comes over the top, Paul.
Yeah, he's a good decoy right hook. Good uppercut there.
We got ourselves a fight.
Yeah, both guys landing some good shots here this round.
When they're saying watch that hook, I'm not sure. I think both guys got to watch that hook, that jab, that straight, everything, right?
Both guys have been tricky.
Linderman pretty cut up.
Yeah, he's got to be careful when he rushes in the way he does at times. Sometimes Villanueva has been able to catch him, but good left hands there by Linderman. He's been a little bit more successful with the straight left hand this round, although Villanueva just misses with his own right hand.
They called for the 1-2-3 from the do-something corner, and that's exactly what Linderman did, and he scored.
Oh, good left hand again by Linderman.
They're telling him to watch the hook of Ike Villanueva. Villanueva with a straight right that lands.
Yeah, Villanueva will return your left with his right. He said, okay. I can match that back power hand too, he's saying.
Yep.
Good jab there by Linderman.
A lot of respect. Both men are scoring points. Body shots were huge in the last win for Villanueva, who's in the second round for the first time in his bare knuckle career.
Yeah, spitting up a little bit of blood as well. Now he's got a cut. And that's the thing. We knew this fight, you know, Linderman's a much more durable guy, obviously being the champion and being very crafty himself. Villanueva got off to a good start, but Linderman is starting to make him work here this round. Linderman's face a mask of blood, but he keeps plowing forward.
And good movement. There's the heavy body shots from Villanueva. Both men with extensive MMA backgrounds. So the clinch becomes relevant, or it may cancel each other out.
Yeah. One thing you got to look for here, you know, we know Linderman's conditioning is good. You know, we've seen him go rounds, shows up lighter. With Villanueva, we've seen him get early stoppages. So this is where, you know, you get some answers here in a fight like this.
Small move, small step. Deep breath, slow deep breath. Keep fucking turning it. Stop letting him play with you. Let's go. You won that round, DJ, easily. Let me get that right. Keep making him. Keep making him.
Our main event continues.
You see what Linderman's doing before the round, trying to hop up and down, showing Villanueva he's not tired.
Yep.
Trying to play on the mindset of Villanueva, who may be a little bit more fatigued.
Round number 3. Main event fight clock brought to you by Play Coastal Mississippi. White Gold with the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, switching his stance momentarily, landing a jab, the champion. So you want to be a bare knuckle boxer. Ike came in with a hook to the body. A lot of swelling on the side of the face, left side of the face under the eye of Ike Villanueva, and obviously you see the blood from the damage that Ike has put on the champion. DJ switches to the orthodox stance again. Took that hook and changed his mind quickly, didn't he?
Both guys have been landing. Both guys have shown a good resiliency in this fight to hang in there through tough moments, and also a good chin. Both have landed some pretty good clean shots at times here.
This is a heck of a heavyweight fight with the power that these two men throw. Nearly 500 pounds of bare knuckle boxer.
Oh, good uppercut there by Villanueva. He hurt Linderman.
Ike very disciplined though there, Paulie.
Yeah. Well, he knows Linderman's durable, and you know you don't want to totally empty his gas tank.
Yep.
Trying to get that finish. A good shot that could be a good round winner. But he knows the veteran Linderman is.
Past the midway point of round 3. Title fight scheduled for 6.
You see already Linderman's back recovered.
Yep.
Trying to continue to press Villanueva.
Well, we talked about how he's just
good counter,
big right
by
hand.
Villanueva.
How he's gotten himself in better shape though, lighter. And so far, both men have some gas left in the tank. The exhausting style of fighting here. Bobby Wambacher breaks him 45 on the clock, round 3.
Especially two big guys.
Yeah.
Linderman trying to, big shot there again by Villanueva. Villanueva, just when he looks tired, he comes up with a big shot and manages to catch Linderman and get some respect back. At times, I feel like Linderman sees Villanueva a little bit tired and tries to put some extra pressure on him, but Villanueva's been able to answer with some good shots.
Ike's in the corner, and a nice left hand lands for the champion. Counting down the seconds here in round 3. Another solid round for both men, who are truly making this main event memorable.
I love what you're doing out there. You're painting that picture a little too much.
Rinse your mouth and spin it between.
Hey, relax.
Blood in both corners there.
Yep. And here's some of the dirty work by both men.
Ooh. Counter hook there from Villanueva. That was that good uppercut. Linderman got hurt there.
Big shots landed. Great look from our replays as we get set for the start of round number 4 in our main event for the BYB Heavyweight World Championship. The champion, the southpaw. The challenger, the orthodox stance from Houston. Linderman and Villanueva. Big right hand by Hurricane Ike. Round 4. Main event fight clock brought to you by Play Coastal Mississippi. There's that quick hook again, Paulie.
Yeah, just missed it a little bit wide there with that one.
You can hear the corner of Linderman saying, watch that hook.
Yeah, because Villanueva's got a good sense of timing with it. When Linderman falls in, Villanueva tends to just shoot it on automatic pilot. A little 1-2 there from Linderman. He's trying to keep that mental and physical pressure on Villanueva.
And some good punches on the exit that time from DJ Linderman.
I think what Linderman's trying to do is trying to put the mental pressure on Villanueva, but also keep him working and then trying to break his conditioning a little bit. You see, but it's Linderman who spits out the mouthpiece there. It looks like he's maybe a little bit tired. Linderman on the inside just spit out the mouthpiece. I don't know if Wambacher sees it.
Body,
he's hurt. He's
body. This is what happened to Jake Fish.
Yeah, some give here in Linderman. That was clearly he spit out his mouthpiece. I mean, I don't think Wambacher sees it.
Big right hand. Villanueva looking to finish it right here, right now.
Oh, there's a no mouthpiece, man. Those are big shots. Oh. Linderman is all over.
It is all over. Ike Villanueva. It's the BYB Heavyweight World Champion.
What a finish. What a finish.
Wow.
I tell you, in that clinch, nothing hit Linderman to make that mouthpiece come out. When I saw that mouthpiece come out, I realized, you know what, he might be hurt or fatigued, and then right after that, Villanueva went after him.
What a fight.
Oof. And I'll tell you, Villanueva become champion tonight, but Linderman made him work for it.
Great flurry at the finish. Ike knew that he had the opportunity, and once he was so disciplined, Paulie, but once he knew he had Linderman literally on the ropes.
He wasn't tired anymore either. Linderman was trying to work on his fatigue, on Villanueva's fatigue, but Villanueva had an extra gear when he hurt him.
That big right hand.
Oh, yeah, Linderman just couldn't get away. He was turning around. He didn't know where to go to get away from this final barrage, this final onslaught. Ike Villanueva. And keep in mind, the mouthpiece had come out by this point, so who knows if Linderman lost any teeth here with his final onslaught. Turning around left and right, didn't know where to go. And Wambacher finally saw Linderman just take off in his own corner and stop the fight.
Great stop by referee Bobby Wambacher. Great effort by both men. But Hurricane Ike, not only did he storm DJ when he was hurt, but he did it in a very disciplined fashion, Paul.
Yeah, and didn't really turn on to a final gear until he knew he was about to finish it. Yes. You know what I mean? It was different points in the fight where he could have tried to step it up, but he knew better. He respected Linderman and he knew better. He respected Linderman's durability, but at the moment where he saw he was going, I guess he realized the mouthpiece had also come out. He realized Linderman was fading a little bit. He turned it up into that extra gear and got that stoppage.
His son Isaiah, his wife Kim, Hurricane Haley, Lexi, Gianna's 3, Gabby will be 1 on March 6th. It's a family affair here tonight, and Daddy is the champ.
I love you.
Let him have his moment.
Man, what a fucking war. Good fight, man. Good fight, man. What a war. What we do, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Wambacher calls a stop to this contest at 46 seconds of the 4th round, declaring your winner by TKO and the new BYB heavyweight champion of the world, Hurricane Ike Villanueva.
Proud baby girl right there. And me having a daughter, Paulie, I'll tell you, they're always your baby
Ike
girl.
Villanueva. My goodness, my friend, that was a war. Looks like you got something to say. I'm just gonna let you go.
Mike Vasquez, BYB, show me the fucking money. I put all my chips in this shit. I put everything on black this weekend. Everything. This was a contract fight for me. Fight mouths don't get fed. I said, you need a Latino, you need a Spanish star. I'm fucking here. I said it from day one. I'm here. And I reward my ass for something. I earned that shit. I beat your champ. My man, he didn't beat no bones. That motherfucker came to fight. Well, he brought the best out of the Hurricane. And I told you, hey, to my wife, you may give me round 1, but 2, 3, and 4. Hey, I'm gonna stand for certified. I'm gonna get her ass.
That was disgusting. I just spit all that blood in my face, and now you're rubbing it on my suit. It's all good, my friend. You bet on black, and now you can bet on gold moving forward. A lot of your friends and family have joined here today. Anything that you have to say to them?
Blue collar Mexican. The Hurricane crew showed up. Man, I'm speechless. When I had my shot in the UFC, we dealt with fucking COVID. We dealt with the lack of fans. My wife and daughter really couldn't be there. But now they're here. I got the shirt with my son. Man, my coaches, Larry, Jesse, Protege, who I hired as champ. He really gonna take me to the next level. My wife, my brother, my sister, all my sponsors. Fuck, bro. I'm lost of word. Everybody back at work, they motivate me to do some Howard. I love y'all motherfuckers. I'll talk shit money with the belt.
Well, now you're a champion. You can talk all you want. You got one more? All right, one more.
Quit signing motherfuckers who are unproven. Me and DJ, we proven motherfuckers. Quit giving them props before they step in here. Come prove it, like I did. I was a big name, I can't prove my shit, who I am. DJ did the same shit. Rewarders, quit signing motherfuckers and give them all the hype. Come on this shit. Just try it out. Like I said, there's a new landlord. You want it? Come get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your new champion, Hurricane Ike Villanueva.
There's a new landlord, and you know what? The lease, the mortgage is very expensive.
Yeah, and it demands to be paid.
Yes, and let's say it's very costly. Ike Villanueva, emotional, and you know what? Big Mo. How about Big Mo? I think he might have a second career in comedy.
You know what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more.
He's got a good laundromat.
Yes. Could you
Dry cleaner.
The celebration starts here in Biloxi for Hurricane Ike Villanueva. former title contender earlier, Josh Oxendine, Paulie, worked through some tough times, some accidental eye pokes.
Yeah.
But the Preacher Man did exactly what he wanted to do, and Joshua Oxendine gets our knockout of the night.
Gets back in the W column. Gets back on the trajectory to another title shot. Hopefully for him, he performed well, and a bit of a knock the rust off kind of a performance as well. Got the stoppage over the Tarchik in the end, and we look forward to seeing him.
Yep, and let's take a look at our knockout of the night.
Don't forget, ladies and
It
gentlemen,
is,
one
of
more
course,
bonus
from
fight
Joshua
coming at you in 10
Oxendine.
minutes.
And, you know, some wondered, Paulie, why the fight with Irwin, the rematch, didn't happen. And now we know that Josh had a lot going on with his health. And now that he's back, he's happy he got the rust off. And he is in that mix with Tenori and with Irwin.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's going to, we'll see if Irwin and Tenori are going to have that rematch, right? In the meantime, he's going to keep, I'm sure he's going to keep busy. And I'm sure he's going to want the winner. And you know what? If he can have another performance like this in the meantime, I'd say he deserves it.
Yep, so Joshua Oxendine tonight with our knockout of the night.
And remember,
man,
he lost a very close fight to Irwin, so he's right there, back in the win column. Now he's back there again.
Let's take a look at his handiwork.
Yeah, now we talk about that swing. You see that swing that Satarchik was doing, and you see he swayed right into the roundhouse right hand of Oxendine. That makes it twice the impact.
Yep.
And that was all she wrote.
Congratulations to the Preacher Man. Returns to his winning ways, and now he waits impatiently to see if it will be Irwin or Tenori. Knockout of the night, and a nice backflip to celebrate for the proud member of the Lumbee tribe, the Preacher Man, Joshua Oxendine. We had a great women's fight earlier, which had the mark for fight of the night until our main event. And that was undoubtedly our fight of the night. It goes to Ike and DJ.
Ike and DJ were just, I mean, two big men who showed will, skill, determination, conditioning. You don't usually see the big guys fight at a pace like this and go back and forth and be able to maintain their conditioning. And eventually, you know, we saw Villanueva finally turn it around. And, you know, in a competitive fight that I thought he was slightly ahead, and he finally took charge of it. And the conditioning finally ran out of Linderman. That was
and
it
the
right
last
here.
shot here
You see the last
made it
salvo
happen.
here. Yeah, here's the knockout of the night right there. You know what? He spun Linderman around a few times. And you know, Linderman with no mouthpiece, man. I hope he didn't lose any teeth, because I saw that mouthpiece come out, and then I saw that onslaught. Villanueva had that killer instinct. As soon as he saw that, he realized, okay, I've heard him a couple of other times, and I've given him that respect. But that moment right there, it was like Villanueva sensed it. He's like, okay, now I can finally go finish him, and he did.
Fight of the night goes to the heavyweights in our main event of the evening, and we have a new champion. He is Ike Villanueva. So we finish up this Super Brawl Saturday here in Biloxi, Mississippi. When we see you next time, it'll be April 4th, and we will be in Tampa, Florida, and we will have Cub Hawkins looking to defend his Police Gazette belt and also a vacant belt. And then how about Shelby Cannon and Agnesa Kirakosian? That is a good fight as well.
That is a good fight. Both have shown a lot of skill and been fun fighters to watch. That head-to-head is one I'm looking forward to as well.
Yep, Chad the Butcher Kelly and Cub Hawkins will fight for 2 belts, and then the women will also do battle when we see you next in Tampa, Florida on Thursday, April 4th. There's the man who won knockout of the night, Joshua Oxendine, returning to his winning ways. We've got a new champion in the featherweight division. He is Harold Lightning McQueen. And the Hurricane lands here in Biloxi. Ike Villanueva is the heavyweight champion. For my powerful partner, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, Mike Goldberg saying so long until next time. We see you right back here inside the Trigon.